Okay, so when you're cutting your stencils, you want to make sure that you cut really carefully on the line. So you always want to rotate the piece as you're cutting. Be safe. Make sure that you're not cutting towards any of your little digits. And if you have an X-Acto knife and a cutting mat, that's great. If you don't, maybe consider using like a small scissors that's sharp. Everything that you are cutting out should be the shaded parts. If you have something that you cut out that is white, then it is an island and you need to fix it. So I have this piece cut out, and then I had an interior piece that I cut out as well. Now that piece is white. We want to keep anything that's white attached to this outer border in some way. There cannot be any white islands. The shaded parts are supposed to be islands. They're supposed to fall out. But when I take this shaded part out, this white part is also coming out. And so what I need to do is I need to attach that to the outer edge. And so the best way to do that is to kind of just like lift this out and leave that in place. So I might need to just kind of use a pencil to kind of keep it in its spot. Okay, and then lift this out. And then I need to reattach it with a bridge. And so to make a bridge, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a little bit of masking tape and tear that. Okay, and so I'm going to make it kind of small pieces. I'm going to put one piece on this side, and then I'm going to flip it over, which means I need to untape this part. And then I'm going to put some on the back as well. So there's kind of like a layer on each side of masking tape. And then I'm going to go back in with my X-Acto knife and recut it. So it's just sticking there. So I want to put this, and I just want to attach it kind of with a bridge, like that. Okay, and then I'm going to take my X-Acto knife in, and I'm going to cut out the areas where the masking tape is that I don't actually like need it. So this part I definitely don't need. So I can kind of do a combination of cutting and tearing, but it does need to be attached at least a little bit here. And so I will cut it so it kind of blends with the shape. So the bridge makes sense with the shape. So I'm kind of like, you know, carving it in a way that it looks like it's supposed to be there. Okay, and then I just want to cut the rest of this masking tape that I don't actually need out. But by having a layer on either side, it makes it a little bit stronger. And then you can also kind of recut it so it looks a little bit more like it makes sense with the design. So that's a good way to do repairs. Also, like if you accidentally had something like this part broke here, I'm pretty sure. So I can also go in with a little bit of masking tape there and kind of tape either side. So when you have like really, really thin connections, you can kind of tape over them. Sometimes you don't have to do it on both sides when it's real thin like that. Oops, that didn't work. You can just do it on one side and kind of like wrap it around a little bit. And that will kind of like patch it up. Yeah, it's still not working. Might have to do it on the other side as well. So I'll kind of tape it there. Okay, and then I'm just going to fold this over actually, because that part is so thin. You just want to make sure that the stencil will still sit flat. You know, if you tape it up a whole bunch with masking tape and then it's like not going to be flat anymore, that's going to be a problem. You know, if it's real bumpy on the side that you're placing down, then that could be a problem. But I'm just going to patch it up like that. And then I can, again, just kind of cut the masking tape where I don't want it out. And that's a good way to repair it. And so again, it doesn't really matter what the stencil looks like as long as it makes what you want the piece to look like. That's the most important part. But anyway, so I have that kind of patched up there. And that's how you can put a bridge in if you forgot, repair things that maybe have weak connections, and then make it, you know, go with the form by cutting into the masking tape.